Parasitic diseases affecting the central nervous system remain an important source of morbidity and mortality worldwide, particularly in low- and middle-income countries. Sporadic cases also occur in non-endemic areas because of an increase in international travel and immunosuppression caused by immunosuppressive therapy or HIV infection. These parasitic infections may cause neurological, cognitive, and mental health problems in both children and adults. Parasitic infections of the central nervous system include two broad categories of infectious organisms: unicellular protozoa and multicellular metazoa. The causes include various species of protozoa and helminth, some of which distributed only in certain endemic areas. Transmission of parasites may occur through a number of mechanisms. The first one is through arthropod bites or excretes. Parasites that can be transmitted through arthropod bites include Plasmodium that causes malaria and Trypanosoma brucei that cause African sleeping sickness. Trypanosoma cruzi that causes Chagas disease is transmitted through the excretes of kissing bugs. The second mechanism of disease transmission is through ingestion of food or water contaminated by the infective stages of the parasites. Parasites transmitted through this mechanisms mainly belong to numerous helminth species and tissue protozoa such as Toxoplasma gondii. The third mechanism of parasite transmission to the central nervous system is through inhalation or direct penetration via contact with contaminated water. Human infection acquired from this mechanism typically caused by free-living amoeba that are ubiquitous in nature. Transmission of parasites may also take place during walking barefooted on contaminated soil. The most common central nervous system parasite transmitted through this mechanism is Strongyloides stercoralis. Typically, clinical manifestations of parasitic central nervous system infections include fever, headache, seizure, and altered level of consciousness. Other than the previous typical manifestations, depending on the infecting parasite species, the manifestations may also include skin or ocular lesions. The diagnosis of parasitic infections in the central nervous system can be made through several approaches. From history and clinical examination, a series of laboratory tests, radioimaging, or combination of all three. From patient history and findings on physical examination, we may found travel history to endemic areas, history of immunosuppression, presence of fever and headache, neurological manifestations such as seizure, altered level of consciousness, or behavioral changes, or other findings such as specific skin or ocular lesions. Laboratory examinations that can be performed include parasite identification from clinical specimens, detection of parasite antigens or antibodies through serology tests, or finding the parasites in tissue biopsies. To help the diagnosis and the involvement of certain organs, particularly the central nervous system, radiography procedures can be done, including brain CT scan or MRI, or other plain X-ray to detect pathological extracerebral lesions. In general, therapeutic approach to parasite infections of the central nervous system include careful administration of antiparasitic drugs or surgeries.